Did you know that Malta, this beautiful island nation, once had a fully functioning railway? I'm talking a real train line, complete with powerful steam engines, classic carriages, loud whistles, and bustling stations. It ran all the way from the grand city of Valletta to the ancient silent city of Mdina. The locals had a poetic name for it, Il Vapor Tal Art, which means the land steamer. For nearly 50 years, this railway was the absolute pride of Malta. Our story begins way back in 1883. It was a time of immense change for Malta. New roads were being paved, industries were emerging, and the dawn of a new century was just over the horizon. But getting around the island was still a slow, laborious process. People dreamed of something faster, something more modern. And so British engineers were brought in to build a railway, a single track stretching just over 11 kilometers. It started in Valletta, snaked its way through Hamrun, Birkirkara, and Attard, and finally reached its destination at the gates of Mdina. This journey, which once took ages by carriage, was now a swift 30-minute ride. Imagine what that was like. For the very first time, Maltese families could experience their island in motion. Farmers could transport their fresh produce to the city markets with ease. Children would press their faces against the carriage windows, their eyes wide with wonder as the familiar landscapes blurred into a moving picture. And that iconic train whistle, when it blew, the sound would echo through the valleys like a clap of thunder. To many, it felt like pure magic. Malta was truly alive, pulsating with newfound energy and movement. The train would pass by ancient stone chapels, traditional windmills, and sun-drenched fields, with villagers often stopping their work just to wave as it chugged past, its smoke curling elegantly into the sky. But this magic, like all things, was fragile. Malta is a small island, and maintaining such a project was incredibly expensive. The railway had only one track, which meant that trains couldn't pass each other. Every journey had to be timed with absolute precision. Any breakdown or even a bad storm could bring the entire system to a grinding halt. Despite these challenges, the land steamer ran faithfully day in and day out for decades. Then came the 1920s, and with them, a new rival, the motorcar and the bus. These new forms of transport were cheaper, more flexible, and often faster. Slowly but surely, people began to abandon the railway. One by one, station by station, the passengers disappeared. The end didn't come with a bang, but with a whimper. It was a quiet, gradual fading away. On March 31st, 1931, the very last train departed from Valletta, and the land steamer, the pride of Malta, fell silent forever. The engines were sold for scrap metal, the carriages were dismantled, and the tracks were pulled up from the earth, as if someone were trying to erase a beautiful dream. And yet, the memory remains. If you look closely around Malta today, you can still find the ghosts of this forgotten railway. There's a tunnel hidden beneath the formidable bastions of Valletta. You might spot a crumbling bridge in Hamrun, and the old station still stands, once alive with the sounds of Malta's trains, now a quiet echo of its former glory. Its windows like vacant eyes staring into a bygone century. Some locals will tell you that on quiet evenings, if you listen carefully, you can still hear it. A faint whistle carried on the wind, the ghostly echo of a train that refuses to be forgotten. Maybe it's just our imagination. Or maybe, just maybe, some journeys never truly come to an end. The Maltese Railway existed for less than 50 years, but its impact was profound. It changed how the island saw itself, connecting villages not just by tracks but by a shared sense of speed and curiosity. It was a promise of modernity, a symbol of hope forged in iron and smoke. And even now, buried beneath our modern roads and homes, its spirit lives on, whispering stories to anyone willing to listen. The railway itself is gone, but its memory runs quietly beneath the soil, between the towns, and within the hearts of the Maltese people. Every time the wind howls through those old forgotten tunnels, it carries with it a small piece of that incredible, lost journey. Thank you so much for joining me on this trip back in time. If you enjoyed this story, please give this video a like and don't forget to subscribe for more hidden histories. See you in the next one.